When did you get out?
I guess you guys kind of lost track, huh? I got a deal we need to discuss. 25 to 30 mil.
Man, Cyrus, you take and take, but you never give.
Me? What about this movie? It took 2 hours back, and I've got nothing to show for it.
Is that all?
It felt longer.
Okay.
I feel like it took some of our integrity and soul along with it.
Yeah, it took everything away, even the script, the acting, it took away everything you could imagine.
Took away people's dignity.
took away ideas from other films.
Damn, I think some of my ass is missing from this movie.
Yeah, man, that's what
My
T.I.
ass
said.
and my money is missing.
Man, you know this is your typical cops and robbers film. I mean, that's what it is. You got
It's a heist.
well, you know, but I know it's a heist film, but I mean, there's more cops and robbers stuff going on in heist.
Yeah,
Things,
somebody saw Heat and said, "Man, I love that movie. I'm gonna do my own Heat."
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they didn't
exactly.
have
It's
a
like that.
fucking clue what they were doing.
I mean,
Bedroom bug.
Listen to this, dog.
yeah. I can't wait to talk about that dude. No, this is you got. I mean, it's a very simple story here. You got a band of 5 robbers, bank robbers. Let me see who they are.
Was
right
it
here.
5? I don't even know.
You lost count with the editing. At one time, I think a midget was involved.
All I know, there were 2 white boys in that gang.
Yeah, I was just following them. I was like, okay, those guys I can identify with.
Yeah.
That's the guy that's Darth Vader, and that's the Fast and the Furious
Yeah,
guy.
you're looking like, okay, those are my people right there. Now we have Hayden Christensen, as you said, who was Darth Vader. We have Chris Brown. We got Michael Eli, who was in those fucking barbershop movies, and then we have Idris Elba. And there's one more in there, isn't it, somewhere?
Walker.
Paul Walker, of course. Yeah, Paul Walker.
Did you mention T.I. or?
Well, that's what I was going to get to. These guys that we just mentioned, minus T.I.,
They're a crew.
yeah, they are so badass at what they do that there's a club in town just for them. You know, and it's funny because after they get through robbing a bank that very night, it's like we be clubbing.
It's like the smart thing to do after you rob a place.
I mean,
is go out and spend money.
And the funny thing is like they don't have to do the velvet rope thing. They just walk right in. I would be like, man, if I just robbed a bank when it's in a big heist, I was all over the news, I would blend into that line as much as I could.
I think they were screaming when they went to the club. Bank robbers coming through.
Yeah.
Watch it, fool.
Just got paid.
Yeah.
No, that bank down the street, we got that.
Just
I don't know,
paid,
that
ready to
club
spend it.
itself looked like one of those things like only robbers allowed.
Yeah.
Everyone there was like, how was your heist today? I heard you did great. Oh, it was fun.
Oh yeah, I think
Nice to see you.
I saw the penguin in the background. So,
Like Scarface was there.
so they go into all these swanky clubs. They buy new suits. You know, they got all these
Driving
stylish.
like classic Porsches.
Oh man, yeah, they got VIP parking.
These are like, they're trying to make us think that these are the Ocean 11s guys.
Oh, no,
This is what
yeah.
this movie wants us to
Well,
believe.
that's the thing with the movie. It's like they set up like a real smart heist where these guys got everything tight. They cut the lines on the camera feed and the elevators, and they got it all worked out. Steal a helicopter. These guys are smart.
Dude,
so
I
we're
think-
supposed to like them for that. Except after that, they make every complete dumb shit move.
Oh yeah.
You know what the thing is, when you see the movie at the beginning of the heist, everything goes so according to plan. You almost think God is in on it because
no.
you know what? Every
Yeah.
convenient thing that could happen happens. You see a fucking helicopter just happen to fly by, and somebody signals.
You know what? It's almost like they planned for the news copter to come down.
Yeah.
Nobody knew that was going to happen.
I
You know.
know. I thought this was a Matrix film because it was on that level where only in the Matrix could a heist be pulled off this perfectly.
Well, you know, they got really nice condos that they don't even try to hide or leave anything. I mean, it's such a lavish life. Why would you? In this world, nobody can catch them. However, there's always a snake in the Garden of Eden somewhere. In this case, it's slimy old T.I. He's one of the members that they left. He got caught a long time ago. He took the downfall. He took the rap. Didn't rat anybody out. He even took a bullet. And so he comes back. He's like, look, G, you owe me, man. You know,
And you know, after witnessing his acting, I don't blame him for leaving him behind.
I'm sorry. You trying to mimic him doing bad acting? You ain't even close to
No,
that.
not
damn,
at
I tried
all,
to.
not at all.
Nah, yeah,
You have a feeling in what you just said.
he comes in, he's telling everybody, yo, look, man, I got this plan. It's going to be about $20-30 million. Y'all owe me this job, and we're going to do this, okay?
We'll get paid.
Should have shot him. The guy's been out 24 hours. Already wants to do a job. He's crazy.
Ghost doesn't play when it comes to money. He's too smart for that.
We always waited at least a year between jobs. There's a reason for that.
Gordon, you guys go way back, right? Think he's being straight up?
Ghost could have ratted us out a long time ago, but he didn't.
I'll come back up later. Ghost,
It's been a long time, girl.
when did you get out?
What?
You miss me?
Ghost.
You need to back up. Easy, Jake. It's the past. I'm here to discuss the future, if I may.
Told you tomorrow, Ghost.
Gee,
Ghost.
how's my man?
I'm doing good, mate.
A lot of tension in the room, huh?
What you want, Ghost?
It's like that?
Just like that.
Yeah, and everybody's just kind of like, man, we know we can't trust this guy, but somebody has guilt. Somebody else feels like, all right, we just want to get him out of our hair. So they take the job. You know that one last job is the one that always gets you.
I got to stop right here because this movie sets us up. They don't tell us anything about these guys. We don't get to know them. We don't like them. They're a bunch of assholes, really, when you come down to it. But we're supposed to think, well, they're smart. And they say when we do a job, we take a year off before the next job. You're like, see, these guys are smart. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
But he comes and says, hey, I need y'all to do this job with me in 5 days. And they go like, what?
Yeah.
Well,
We don't work this
okay,
fast.
all right, sure. Yeah,
And don't
5 days.
don't make the mistake of thinking that in this film it was one of those like they should have any reason to feel guilty. I mean, they establish over and over again. It's like, look, man, you did fuck up. That was your fault. You got caught.
Yeah.
You did the time and all that, but that was always the deal. Nothing was different than what we had previously discussed before the actual heist. So nobody owes you a goddamn thing.
Yeah, they're like, hey, look, it's not our fault you didn't read that script before you went to that job, all right? So we knew how to get the fuck out
Yeah.
of there. Read the script.
The thing about not letting you know anything about these guys is like there's no motivation for them to take it. Like if you knew something like, oh, this guy, his sister has a medical condition or his mom's about to die, they need this money. They don't need the fucking
No,
money.
they don't need it. And plus, it really is one of those things of, we just finished the fucking job. This cannot go well at all. Well, yeah, and plus, you know that the guy ain't up to no good because even if they did leave him there, you know, that's honor among thieves. But when you get a woman involved like Zoe Saldana, she's one of the guy's girlfriends now, Michael Ealy, and she used to be T.I.'s girlfriend. And you know he ain't gonna let that shit slide.
Yeah, I don't care how much he smiles. That shit is not gonna say.
Yeah, ain't no
With a
bitch,
guy
you know.
who just get out of the pit,
Yeah.
who's horny as a motherfucker, and just comes to realize that his partner is fucking sleeping with his chick now.
Yeah.
I don't know what world that is, but
Especially if he's acting like he's cool with it. Like the more somebody acts like they cool with that you stole their
The
girlfriend.
more
you
you
know.
know that's you're in trouble.
that is
yeah.
a snake.
They're gonna
That is a
step
snake
on
right
you.
there, my friend.
And they already have heat on them. You have Matt Dillon and Jay Hernandez as a couple of cops who are following their case. I mean, you know, it is one of those things where it's just kind of like, oh, you're chasing ghosts. You know, there's nothing out there. Go out and do your go and control
literally.
traffic. Because
Literally.
These are ghosts who are waving at the camera when they're leaving the bank.
Yeah, because T.I. is a character named Ghost. But I don't know if there's a fucking heist just happened. The police department just kind of like, you're chasing you're chasing your tail. Ain't nothing going on.
It feels like almost like they're a completely different movie that horned in on this one because Matt Dillon is like this generic bad cop. He's like the guy who slams like perps faces into the mirror and beats people up and looks like he's probably done some pretty dirty shit along the way. And he's just an asshole. He takes his daughter along with him when chasing like a criminal. He is an asshole. The movie makes no mistake about that. His partner is practically wearing a target on his shirt. He's got so much of that whole like you're dead before the end of this movie.
Oh, yeah.
He was wearing the red shirt in the movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's like that guy in a war movie who pulls out a picture of his girlfriend back home. He's like, you ain't gonna make it out of the next scene.
I know.
But we don't really know anything except these cliche things about either one of these people, and they don't even really have any. The movie barely acknowledges them until you're in the halfway point when it's like, oh yeah, we're at that point of the plot that we better bring the cops into this.
Yeah, which is honestly where the movie fails. I mean, it fails miserably because the whole time sitting there, I'm wondering, am I supposed to care about these villains? Like I kind of like the guys in Heat. I'm not getting that sense here, and I don't even like these cops, so I don't even know like who I should be rooting for or where this movie's really going. Besides, it's setting up just this heist that we've seen so many times and seen so much better.
Well, that's the thing. When they finally do this heist, there's the one that T.I. has set them up with. This completely like it's dumb for them to take the heist, but then when they show you the heist itself, it's like that's the dumbest, loudest, most get caught in a minute heist you could ever plan.
However, it is the high point of the film because T.I.'s Flavor Flav role during this scene.
Dude, he
which
gives
is
like the greatest commentary.
so funny.
It's like the filmmakers thought, you know what? We know the kind of audience this crowd is going to get, but if you just happen to live in one of those white suburban neighborhoods with theater, and you don't have that element of a black moviegoer,
Yeah.
we're gonna give you one into
This
it.
gives
We're
it to
gonna
you.
throw that guy. Yeah, we're gonna have this guy do commentary
It's the
while
guy in the movie
fucking
going,
machine guns are going. Oh shit!
You
Oh
see
no!
that?
Look
yeah.
at Matt Dillon over there. He looks
fuck.
worried and shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
that's
Hold
a-
on.
Here comes the bullet. You better watch it.
It's
Oh.
so funny because he does come in. There's a scene where he goes and buys his nice suits, gets his shoes, and he's coming out trying to be all smooth through the movie. Even if he can't act that way, he's still trying to be, all debonair and everything. And they get this to the heist scene. He's like, damn, they just hit that truck. Oh, shit, we better take this money. Oh, damn, man, they're shooting bullets. Man, shit, let's fire over there. Damn, boy, there's dog running. Oh, man, that dude got knocked off his bike. Shit, man, there's a bird flying.
No,
Run, Matt Dillon, run! Oh shit!
It's possible that they looked at this film and how sloppily it was edited and how badly edited that scene was and said, I can't tell what the fuck is going on. We're going to have T.I. narrate this scene so the audience knows what's going on.
What I thought it was because when the movie starts, when it first starts, Cyrus had to turn around and tell two women to shut up. Like, hey, you're not in your living room. But for people, maybe like they might have gone like, well, there's a DVD commentary.
Yeah. And that's all I thought. It's like did T.I. accidentally like do the commentary way early on, and somebody he managed to you know what, this shit would be badass just while people watching the movie right there.
We're going to jump on this shit early.
Yeah, he went and edited that shit in himself. People got to hear this.
And I tell you, man, the tone of the movie is set up right at the beginning when they do take that helicopter, because you had me laughing, Cyrus, when you said they need to blow up their helicopter, that news helicopter they hijacked. They were just being dicks when they blew it
Yeah,
up.
there was no reason.
And that was the bad thing. It's like, that's what I'm going to say. The tone is set up when they blow. I'm tired of seeing people walk away from explosions. I've
slow
seen
motion.
In slow motion.
A whole group.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
we got to see Idris Elba do this earlier with The Losers.
Yeah.
And, so I don't know what it is about him and Zoe Saldana, where they feel like they got to be in all these movies.
Well, it's just two, man.
Well, two in the same year within with less than 6 months.
It's clearly a conspiracy.
The conspiracy is that she's also like Columbus Short is in The Losers, and she's with Columbus Short in Death at a Funeral.
Damn, well, I know we should be saying 6 degrees. We should be playing 6 degrees of Zoe Saldana
The
now.
plot thickens. Zoe's not thickening, but the plot does.
No, yeah, she ain't thinking that at all.
She's thinning.
I mean, if anything, the Expendables taught us that you duck from an explosion. You don't ever walk away.
Yeah.
I mean, let's forget about debris and shrapnel and all that kind of shit. I mean, the moment you turn around, your ass will be showing because your clothes will be burned
I know,
up.
and all I'm thinking is like
you're
you're
from the loud sound.
And all I'm thinking is you're walking away from a fucking helicopter. Is anyone worried about that propeller coming and chopping everybody's fucking heads off while they're walking because they got to show how fucking cool they are?
I would like to point out for the record that these are guys who are escaping from a heist in a stolen helicopter, which you would assume they would try and do as subtly as you can do with a stolen helicopter, but it's like giant target for anyone looking. Wow, something just blew up over there.
It blew up over a target.
Yeah, we should send the authorities out there.
Yeah, maybe we should go take a look.
No, I'm like you guys. I'm really getting sick and tired of it. I thought it was cool when Piranha, when the fish did it with the big explosion.
But they swam. They didn't walk.
They were
they
swimming in slow mo. I thought that looked cool. But yeah, this movie, you need to stop that.
Yeah, when those fish are swimming away to green onions.
Now, this is where y'all gonna hate me because I'm
you
gonna
liked
say
something?
I did.
This is one thing I like too, but
I like the action, as ridiculous as it is. I did like some of the action at the end. I mean, that heist is totally stupid, but I did like the car crashes and the action at the end. And I tell you, I like a good foot chase in the movie. And Chris Brown, there's a really cool, for me, there's a really kick-ass foot chase in this movie. And Chris Brown, I love the way he's pushing people because he was hitting every woman that he passed by. That's why, move, girl. You look like Rihanna.
Why'd you hit those Girl Scouts? They look like Rihanna to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's one thing I was going to say, man. This is a movie where Paul Walker gets to be like the third best actor in the movie. Between T.I. and Chris Brown. I mean, Chris Brown, his music career is over. He ain't no actor.
It ain't over. He's going to be back.
But if they ever need somebody for professional parkour, he is that foot chase. No, it went on a long time. As much as shitty as the editing is throughout this movie, and that foot chase is not edited as well as it should be.
I actually thought it was edited pretty well.
It was action packed, and it's the one positive thing in the whole thing. It's like, okay, I'm actually like on the edge of my seat, and this is pretty cool. And it kept it going that long.
I wish I could go with you guys on that. I mean, I thought it was cool to have a guy who knew parkour, even though it felt it made no sense. But having seen a lot of that shit, I was like, wow, I can totally tell this is the guy who has no clue how to do parkour. Any of the shit they're trying to edit together, it just looks sloppy, and like it was one of those things like he's running running through a series of twisty passageways all alike. And I'm like, I don't know where he is or what's happening.
I seriously thought he was auditioning for Spider-Man. As soon as that rumor came out, they were thinking about casting a black guy. I honestly thought he was auditioning because he's jumping over cars, he's jumping over buildings, he's crawling up walls.
He's getting hit by cars and shrugging it off.
No, like, oh, no big ouch.
Hey, he is a professional breakdancer. Maybe he just translated those skills. But I do like how he was in an endless office building that had no dead ends whatsoever. Like, nobody locks any doors. Even when he ran into a broom closet, somehow there was a back way out.
There was a mirror in there.
Well, I just love in movies like this where there is a chase scene, and for some reason when they end up in a building, they have to go up to the 6th floor. They have to go to the highest floor they could possibly get to. And I'm like, okay, if this were a situation where there was a fire, I don't think that's what you.
No, it is funny. He ran into a janitor's closet and pulled a mop and opened a secret compartment. He walked through there.
They just edited out the scene where Lawrence Fishburne called him and said, "Here's what you need to do to get out."
Crawl your ass out the window.
I think he went into a room and there was a closet. He went into it and went to Narnia.
That would have made more sense.
I did love how as long as Matt Damon was chasing him, it was like
Matt Damon.
I'm sorry.
Might as well.
No, Matt Damon I would have bought him chasing him, but Matt Dillon's got to be 50 something at this point.
And, for as old as he is, he still looks good.
He does, man. I got to give it to him.
But as long as he was chasing Chris Brown, it was just like, I can barely get away. I almost got him. Then once he got away from him, there was those regular cops. They were like, fuck, he's too fast.
Yeah, shit, fuck it. You think I'm running after that shit?
Hey, I hate to start this goddamn movie.
Hey, you talk
about action sequences, man. I mean, I say the heist was dumb. That shootout with the Russians was twice as dumb.
Oh wow,
the Russians show up with no plan whatsoever. It's just like they show up just to shoot out. It's like whatever they came for, the money, it's like they forgot about the money. It was all about shooting. None of them had a plan on how to actually spend any of it because they clearly wanted to die.
That was the thing. Not to give away too much in this movie, but there was a plan to retrieve something from these people. They didn't go in and ask where it was. They just went in and shoot. If all they would have shot up what they were trying to get. But now look, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a shootout with a Russian? Thank you.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
That sequence was the shootout at the end of True Romance is what that scene was.
Feathers everywhere.
Every single angle and shot and thing they did during it was just lifted so gratuitously.
Well, it was almost like who brought all the chickens in here and shot them up?
What are they?
It's like, we have to, to try to make us feel sad for these characters we actually know nothing about.
Nothing.
Like, oh shit. The accent guy. Oh, the dude with the hats. Not the hat guy. Not the hat guy.
I loved hats. I love hats.
Yeah. And they're playing that damn Braveheart music.
Yeah, they had some weird operatic music going on, which drowned out the gunfire. Which I was like, okay, when somebody's having a gunfight, I want to hear the fucking gunfight, okay? I don't want to hear some goddamn. I don't want my action scene to turn into a goddamn operatic music video. It was starring fucking what's the guy's T.I.
Yeah, it was almost like a Celtic opera that was playing.
Anya didn't soundtrack.
No, with us not knowing anything about these characters, none of them except for Idris Elba, who we don't see really do anything but chase after, either run from cops or chase after his crackhead sister.
That's a whole other crazy ass story.
Yeah, one of the most useless subplot ever. You're like, what does this have to do with anything?
I know. All I thought was they should be giving the money to that chick because they can never find her. She always disappears.
She can run faster than anybody in this movie.
Her name should have been Ghost.
You can't just give one guy background if it doesn't apply to anything at all. It's like, well, we got to give one of these guys some depth so we care about him. But why?
What I was going to was earlier talking about Idris Elba and him being the biggest one in the bunch and not really doing a whole lot of fighting or action. They let the smallest guys in that group. Now, they don't give any background about them, but somehow they're the greatest martial arts experts in the world. They can go into a room full of 3 big guys. They send the smallest guy in, and he just kicks the shit out of everybody in that room. I mean, he's small. Maybe they just can't grab him, but
I'm telling you, dude, he read the script.
Yeah, well, he must have been using it to affect the jittery hand of the editing room guy, because that was one of the worst edited fist fights I have ever seen. I mean, they were literally having him pull down all right, now throw your punch at him, but stop right before you get to him and cut. And now put your fist against his face and we'll cut back in right in the exact same spot.
Yeah, and
you're like, wait, what? Was there a frame missing? What happened?
But the whole movie is really like that. I mean, there are a lot of really bitch bad editing decisions.
Atrocious.
Real, just clunky. I mean, and for a movie like this, you kind of need that to work for me to like really get involved in these action sequences that you're trying to. If you're going to try to at least make me care about somebody I don't really care about, at least make the action scene interesting to where you're almost rooting for.
Well, they obviously were trying to say this is one of those stylish action films.
Oh, yeah.
Which is fine if you want to do that. Like I said, I know that Leon isn't as big a fan of Michael Mann as I am, but I feel like he's one of those guys who can get away with that because he's so good at it.
Well,
these guys didn't have a fucking clue what they were doing. They were just liberally lifting whole action sequences and effects from other movies that did it well.
I wonder if this director is influenced by Michael Mann because
question,
because there's a lot of heat going on in here. But the other thing is that this director, and let me see who this guy is, because his last film was called Lockdown. John Lessenhop. It looks like he shot this on high def instead of film.
Right.
And it did resemble a Michael Mann film in certain parts. I mean, maybe not at the quality of a Michael Mann film, but it looked like this guy was really trying to mimic him in certain ways, technically and with a lot of his action scenes.
On a first-year film student level. I agree, he was mimicking, but it wasn't complimentary. It was incompetent.
Well, some of it looked like, you know how when we saw, what was the movie with Kristen Bell and Johnny Depp recently
Dillinger?
Yeah.
Well, the one with Dillinger, but it was called
Public Enemy.
Public Enemies. You remember how sometimes it just took on a video quality that just not fit. I mean, this didn't look as bad as that because that was a period piece, Public Enemies, and it just didn't work.
Just seemed jarring.
Yeah, it did. But here there were certain times when there was a certain like motion blur or something going on with.
Especially during that fight we were talking about.
Yeah. That fight with the big guys.
It looked like some just some neighborhood guys video camera took that.
It really did.
Yeah, YouTube video.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, as much as I hate to say it, because I'm scared, I don't want anybody to call me racist, but I honestly thought this movie really felt like a really long rap video. Honestly,
why we call you racist? I thought you were gonna say I don't want to call me racist, but niggers.
I really thought there were too many niggers in this.
There are white rappers, six.
It did feel like somebody was paying like homage to Heat. And, they just threw a bunch of rappers in it. And that's kind of how I felt watching it. I mean, especially T.I., where I was just like, man, does nobody want to tell this guy to really tone it down?
Well,
tell him he's a producer. Okay, now I'm sure he wrote the script too. But, because watching him act, I mean, he was going so over the top. I'm like, dude, you're not shooting a rap video. I mean, you tone it down. We hear your dialogue. You don't have music playing over.
Well, T.I., he has the problem of trying to have too much swagger and I guess what would you call it, attitude in this. The guy, I would say this because I try not to just criticize a movie, when I see certain things trying. T.I. produces, he's reaching a level of success. The guy certainly has the confidence to bring charisma on screen if he wants to. He just needs to hone in on his acting skills. I mean, there's too much bravado going on.
Yeah.
I think he's bringing his stage personality where, you're screaming to thousands of fans and you got to be loud and over the top. I think he's kind of bringing that attitude here. I think that if he just really brought it in a little bit and maybe ask for some advice from some acting people out there, he might be able to. Pee Wee Herman, yes.
I found it painful the scenes where him and Chris Brown were with everybody else and he talked because that's when it became obvious. It's like, man, a lot of people look at acting and go like, oh, anybody could do that. You just get up and pretend.
Yeah.
But real actors, they wait tables so they can act because they love to do it and they try to get better and better. And to them, it's not just they aren't tourists. They aren't somebody who just comes in and goes like, see, my name's in the credits.
Yeah.
And you get to see like, hey, a lot of these guys like Mike Eli, you say his name is. He's one of those kids I see in a bunch of movies. He's out there working. He's trying to make it. And he ain't just doing it on the side. And this is one of those times you go like, wow, this is where you separate the men from the boys.
Well, it's one of those movies where at least with those two guys, those two rappers, I mean, they seem like it's like when they've seen a lot of their favorite movies like Heat. It's like they watch Heat over and over again, and they told their friend, hey, let's go film something. Let's film something like that. Without really having the acting chops to do something like that.
Well, without understanding
it's
the
more
film.
They look at it more from the point of view of the fantasy than actually trying to tell a story and try to convince people that they're actually playing a character besides themselves.
And Chris Brown is a singer, you racist.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to say that during that last part of the movie, even when the action was bad, I enjoyed it, and when I wasn't watching action and there was these scenes of, quote unquote drama going on, I was laughing. So I did enjoy the movie near the end. I wasn't bored at the end, so I'm gonna give this movie a matinee.
Shush, you
Yeah.
are not.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yes.
Are you
yes,
a crazy
I mean,
person?
wait a minute, did I say matinee?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, why do I always do that? No. I thought you
What?
No.
We were gonna dogpile on you, dude.
Is this your piranha?
No, I meant a rental.
Full price. I'm sorry, full price.
Yeah, I meant better than sex. Yeah, no. I mean, yeah. I was like, why are they fucking looking at me like this?
You know why? You know why he did that? Because he knew we'd dogpile him when he said rental.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah,
like,
no,
"Oh,
soften the blow.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, Dad, can I borrow $10,000? What? I'm sorry, I meant $10.
But yeah, no,
Well, all right.
it is a movie where everything, the setup of this film is trying to like show you style and make you wish that you were these guys, and that doesn't lend anything to the development of the film itself. Yeah, so I give it a rental.
Man, I just think everything about this film is horrible. The only thing that I liked about this film was that just this reached this point that I could barely take it anymore, and my brain, rather than shutting down and putting me in a coma, just had me starting to giggle. So it's just awful, man. Movies like this, they don't deserve even a rental. This is just, I'll give it a high some old bullshit. Okay? Only because I was laughing hysterically at the end at how incredibly incompetent it was.
I guess that's complimentary. Yeah.
Corey, I kind of see where you're coming from because I wasn't bored, but a lot of time I wasn't bored because I was giggling at how ridiculous the movie was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? And there's some good things in there that are almost destroyed by the editing. But when we got to the foot chase, the parkour, I was like, you know what? Didn't expect it. It doesn't even fit, but I like it. So maybe I'm going to go ahead and give this a rental. And then after that, it just got so completely dumb shit. And to have such a non-ending to it.
Oh, the ending's terrible.
Oh, if you want to call it that.
Was it an ending?
It's just like it kind of cut off. You're like, wait, these characters are in a box, and then it just goes like, bye-bye.
They ran out of money. They ran out of money because they're too busy spending it during the production.
So it really just kind of knocked it back down to a high some old bullshit.
There you go.
All right.
I'll get right to the point. I thought this movie was corny, but I'm sorry. I really was trying to find something to like, especially with Matt Dillon. Anytime I see Matt Dillon,
Sure.
I'm like, all right, maybe
Extra points.
Maybe he'll boost the movie up a bit. Didn't happen here. It was very corny. It was very cliched, like you wouldn't believe, and I just didn't care for anybody. I didn't care about the plot, and I just thought the whole plan was just the whole idea of it was just kind of ridiculous. I mean, there wasn't any part of this movie where I was thinking, why would you fucking do that? And that's the biggest fault. Yeah, it's like the audience is almost smarter than the people on screen, and whenever you have an audience like we had tonight. Like it really outthinking the characters on the screen. That's not good for any movie. So no, I'm giving this some big old bullshit. Sorry.
Bet big, win big. It's the only way to play.